That was really cool.
I think that was one of the coolest art depictions. Was like the eye staring back in this darkness.
In the darkness, yeah.
Yeah,
How
I
it kind
like
of
that.
swarmed around her.
Yeah, and then the skull when Goto was going against him, because it panned back to Goto. He's like, "What was that feeling?" And it was like that blue and white smoke skull.
Yeah.
It's like death. Oh, dude, that
Yeah.
was beautiful.
I really like. I think it was in the Jeju Island too. If we're talking about
Yeah.
certain panels we liked, when the queen started screaming, and it showed, Bayek or Bayek.
Oh,
Oh,
Bayek, yeah.
Bayek.
Where
It
Tiger?
showed him with like half. It was like half him and the tiger.
Yeah,
but then
half
half of
him
it was the
normally.
human skull with it was just his bones like
Yeah.
almost shattered. It was.
Like,
I thought
run.
that was really cool.
That was badass.
Talking about art, in the first chapter, we had a flash forward to Jinwoo when he was higher level fighting a dragon, I believe it was.
I think so.
Was that in? Was that in
It was like
Zero?
the first chapter, yeah.
Chapter 0.
I was gonna say I really did not like that depiction of Jinwoo.
Really?
I liked the direction that they took with Jinwoo being like slim, thick, kind of bulkier on
He's got a
top.
muscular build.
He's got the teeth.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think because that is a depiction of what the solo leveling cover looks like.
Yeah.
And he has like a hood on, t-shirt with a green dagger and shit like that. And I really like the direction that they took instead of going down that path. I think Jinwoo stands out much better than he did because that was like almost like he was still an E rank, just with gear.
Exactly.
But I think the Jinwoo we have right now, kind of like the laid back, slouched over, yeah, looking like that.
I'm looking at it though, the first chapter, and it does look. I think it looks like somewhat the direction they took, but it was before he got the haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like this is like him being on a dungeon, and it shows the fang, the
Caracas
fang
Yeah.
dagger.
Oh, dude.
So I think this was a part where it was.
Egress is there too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The middle. That's Egress.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I wonder if this is like right after that dungeon, because
Yeah.
Egress was in the same dungeon, wasn't he?
When he got his shadow powers,
Yeah.
that's when he got Egress.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wasn't that the same? Was that? I thought that was the same dungeon as the snake. No,
No.
it was right
No,
after
no.
it, wasn't it? Or did he go to?
Because
He went to the demon world then.
the
And he fought Cerberus. I can't
Oh,
remember the order.
Cerberus. Dude, that was...
Because I think he fought Cerberus before he got the demons
yeah, he fought Cerberus.
or the
Shadows.
shadows.
He came out, and then I believe that was the assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
And
the
then
assassin was the job change.
Job change.
Yeah, job
And then the
change,
penalty.
No,
Yeah, wasn't it?
The job change was after the assassin.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because he
yeah.
would have taken that guy.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say because I thought his shadow step skill, I think camouflage,
Yeah.
was a job skill, but no, it's just
No, that's
Got
active.
from
that
the
from the
assassin.
assassin, yeah.
Yeah,
Because he got that runestone.
and he used it in the job change.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it didn't work, but he used it to his advantage, which was dope.
Yeah,
I
because
like how they
mages...
kept bringing that back. That he isn't super smart, but he definitely.
He's
plays.
clever. He's got very, very nice strategy when it comes to combat.
Yeah. And I think that comes a lot from getting beat up and just learning from his mistakes.
Yeah,
it's the
exactly.
Deku
As an
move.
E.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is Deku.
It's the Deku move.
He learned that getting the shit kicked out of him as an E came in handy because now he can kick the shit out of everybody else.
Yeah.
But I also liked... It was kind of a small little part, but when he goes and drops his sister off for the teacher conference, and there's the teacher's talking about a hunter that's like ditching class, and it's
And
the
he
one he
knew
took with him.
immediately.
Yeah. And then she took him to that. He took her to that.
Red Gate.
That red. It turned to a red gate. Yeah, and he protected her and everything. And
I
dude,
wish
that's
they'd
why he
bring
got
her back.
iron, bro.
I think-
And
Oh,
Tank.
I
and
think
Tank.
that if I had any complaint with this series, it's just that I feel like there's a couple things that they just drop,
Like,
which happens with everything.
yeah,
Yeah, you
Like,
can't.
you can't
be
keep bringing
consistent.
every single plot point through. That'd be impossible,
Exactly.
especially for it's probably a very small team who does this. It
yeah,
might even be one guy. I'm not sure, but there's like two major things that I think that they just kind of drop,
yeah.
which is his relationship with I think it's what is it, Song Yi? Is
Who?
The
girl?
first healer, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the girl that he brings with.
Oh yeah, the
the
high
high
schooler.
school.
High school
Yeah.
girl, yeah.
They like he does that, and then he brings her on like one more with
Maybe she decided to stop hunting.
Jin
Um,
or Yu Jin Ho.
I think-
and then but they don't even say anything about it.
Oh,
is
they
the
just
thing.
let it
Like,
go.
There's no like, all right, well, that was fun. I'll probably not do this anymore. Or, you know, I don't think you should come with us. It's literally just like,
You'll
we
die.
did the red gate, and now we're done.
I think that problem is because they haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah,
I
which
do think
wonder.
she does come back.
Yeah, but also there's like a whole plot point that seems to be like maybe it's just a translation error, but when he was using his status recovery
Yes.
from the level ups,
Mhm.
he did it I think 3 or 4 times throughout the series so far, and it was only up until like it was only in the earlier chapters.
He hasn't needed to,
He
I
hasn't
guess.
used it anymore.
Yeah.
But the first time he used it, he's just like, oh boy, now I'm super healed. The second time he uses it, though, he says, after I've used this, one of my emotions died.
Oh.
I think.
And then he uses it 1 or 2 more times after that, and they don't say anything about it. And they did change. It seemed like his character, they kind of went in that direction, because after he used it the second time,
Mhm.
which was, I think, with the assassin,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
his,
was. Yeah.
his sister and a couple other people started commenting on how he's like a completely different
Yeah.
person, but then they just kind of like
Meh.
drop it, and I was like, I would have honestly, I'm kind of glad they did. I didn't really like that idea of the
Like him
I
progressively
get
getting
less
mad.
human
Yeah.
and I turn into an evil monster, because that's like the easy way I think for something like this to have crazy powers and
Yeah.
whatever, which so I guess it's fine, but I just am confused why they just bring it up and drop it.
I think that goes along the lines that he inherited the title, the Monarch of Shadows,
Yeah.
which inherently those beings are monsters.
Yeah.
But Jin Woo is a human, and I believe it's kind of like the system trying to control him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Jin Woo is always going to have his human emotions first and foremost.
Yeah.
And I think that I don't think it was the status recovery per se that made him lose the emotions. I think it was just him leveling up and being with the system, being the player. I think that was just a reference to
Yeah.
he doesn't feel human attachment as much as he did before.
I got you. I was just when it happened, it was kind of weird because it was like right after he used status recovery, and then he
Yes.
and then I think I don't remember exactly, but I thought that it said that when I use this, one of my emotions dies.
And I think
And it
that
didn't
was
Do
seem
you remember
to-
that?
I think that was also because of the situation he was in.
Yeah.
It was fight or flight mode.
Yeah, where
Pretty
he
much.
killed everybody, right?
He killed
the
the
assassin.
assassin,
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had killed other people before, I guess, when he
Yeah,
used it
Dong
that one
Suk.
time,
And
all
his gang.
people. But
But he
I don't know, it was just
protected
weird.
Jin or Jinho, Jinyo.
yeah, Jinho,
Yeah.
Yu Jinho.
Talking about our gripes, I think me and Josh talked about this. There was during the job change
Yes.
dungeon
Yes.
how he didn't finish his daily quest, and it made it a point to point it out, and that how he had to finish it, but it never made a reference to it until that point.
Exactly.
And it just felt like a cop out. It felt like
What do you mean it didn't make a reference to it?
So in every other dungeon Jinwoo was in before the job change, it
Yeah.
never made a reference that he was doing his workouts, doing his daily routine.
I think it was saying that before he'd go into the dungeons, he was doing them.
But at the same
Because
time,
every day, it did show throughout the days that he was doing them,
Mhm.
but then this one, he said was taking him longer than any other one had taken. So he didn't expect to not be able to do it later in the day.
Yeah.
So I think the other ones, he was either finishing the dungeons before nighttime, and he could finish them up
Or
at
he'd do
night,
them before doing the
or he'd
dungeons.
do them before the dungeons, which were like later in the day.
I was also going to say is that when you're inside the gate, time passes differently.
Yeah.
So I think,
A week in a dungeon is like 4 hours outside.
Exactly.
yeah, but
But if-
the dungeons or this instant dungeons that he has doesn't do that. The time changes the exact same. So he was in because he's gone for a week.
Oh yeah,
he's
it's
in the
gone
demon
for a
world
week.
for a week.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's gone for. He said he was the first one he did with the snake. He went in during the day.
And
it
came
took
out
him
at night.
hours, and he came
Yeah.
out at night.
Then
No.
one shot the golem.
Yeah. God Lord.
But I felt like that whole
It was a slight cop out because it did give him the not really plot armor, but he would have died there.
yeah.
And they
But
didn't raise the levels of the monsters, I felt like.
In the
to be
penalty
challenging
zone.
for penalties, you know?
It felt like he was a one man army,
Yeah.
even in the penalty zone where it's supposed to be.
And I get he's
Yeah,
come a long
harsh.
way. he's come a long way since his first penalty, but
You feel like it would scale.
yeah, it's supposed to be a punishment,
Yeah.
especially from the system.
Yeah, but the system.
The system is trying to help him out, so that also
Yeah,
was a
that
good-
was another thing. Was like it's not like the system's ever been there
Against
to
him.
just hurt him, or it's
Yeah.
not like it's a curse.
They're just guiding him.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah. It's more of a.
Molding him into
Yeah.
the monarch.
So they wouldn't want to put him in the punishment. Like the first one was a punishment because he had to run around for 4 hours in a desert
Yeah,
or
he
8
was a
hours.
weakling.
But then the next one was he was already super hurt and he got put into the punishment zone and then he'd have to survive there and he couldn't do what he wanted, which was fight all those people and get his job.
That's true.
Did he,
But it
he
can
was
also
able
be-
to heal up in there.
Yeah, he was also able to heal up.
But only by leveling. He wasn't able to take
He could
He
use
used
potions.
potions.
Yeah, he used
Yeah.
the
He
shot.
said the potion. He said he could use a shot, but the potions weren't healing him because he was critically injured.
Oh.
So he did get to use the potions later,
Mhm.
but he had to fight the centipedes with 93 health points left and kill them to level up to where the point where he could level up to where the health boost from
Yeah.
leveling up got him out of critical condition.
That makes sense.
Then he also got that cool new dagger, the Night Dagger.
Yeah, he bought the Knight's Dagger,
Couldn't get through the knight's armor.
which is crazy that it took them so long to explain how much gold was worth. Which
Yeah.
is a lot,
A lot.
and they give him a lot of gold.
Like 3
I
billion.
just doubled my gold.
Yeah.
He said that he bought that when he was going to that auction that he was going to buy a new dagger, and he's like, this is the 300 million won dagger, and he's like, this isn't as good as my 2.8 million gold dagger.
Yeah.
So that means that gold is worth like
A lot.
one gold is worth like 100,000 or something
Yeah.
stupid, or like
No, it's
100
nuts.
at least.
I thought it was just funny when he was like shot by the fact he's like, gold. The hell's gold?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm trying to think of a lot of things earlier because I like
It's pretty
we,
much.
we ran through this, dude.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say pretty much the first intro is the Cretan Temple,
Yeah, which he just got a key
which
for.
was ridiculously bloody opener.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
nuts.
That kind of drew me into it.
Yeah.
I was expecting a little more brutality, which there were still a lot of parts that were pretty
I got
insane.
crushed, bro.
But
Guy got literally
dude, the guy got
crushed.
cut in half long ways.
Dude,
Yeah.
the guy got blasted where only his feet were left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dumb boy thought he was quick.
yeah.
But even Jin Woo lost a leg there too.
Yeah, he did.
hmm
And that refers back to my love for Berserk. It's just like you get shown all these things and you're like drawn into the violence.
I do love. That is the boss, right? With the smile.
The architect.
Yeah.
I love his artwork, dude. It's gorgeous.
It's terrifying.
I love it. I love it.
I was like, oh, that statue looks pretty cool, and then it did that smile, and all I could think of was Attack on Titan.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh god. It's like that's insane.
I
It's just
loved it.
creepy.
Yeah,
It's fantastic. And to think that he gets to go back to where it all started.
yeah.
Like,
That's gonna be amazing when that happens.
That's gonna be
I love that
great.
whole transition.
I'm confused. I want to know what happened to all of them too, and if they'll be back.
as far as.
Because when he got found, every single statue was gone. They said there was nothing in there but him
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That is,
and the dead bodies.
That
Yeah.
falls along because it was the system.
Yeah,
Um,
I guess that would make sense. That,
Yeah.
but
minor
it's
spoilers.
just weird. Yeah,
That whole entire temple was made to determine who would inherit the Monarch of Shadows.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So, when we
That
talk
makes sense.
about
'Cause-
why it disappeared, it's because the system made it
They
disappear.
made the
Yeah.
pick. Yeah.
yeah.
Correct.
So once he got picked, it gets wiped.
Yep.
So I don't know what the system's just leading him back there to prove the monarchness. I don't know.
Because he's been trying to figure out
What's
more of
going
the
on?
system.
Yeah.
He's been asking the monsters.
yeah, and they all keep getting.
This is kind of the big reveal moment, but not really, because
Yeah.
even then, he's going to come out with questions.
Are you this far in the light novel?
The light novel, I pretty much am at the end.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, is the so?
Light
How is
novel's
this? So
done.
the light novel is. So is the manhwa based off the light novel then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping it goes a different direction, with the ending at least.
Oh shit.
How
How much longer do you think it is?
Well, the light novel is like 1,000 chapters,
Oh.
Yeah.
and I believe where the web novel's at, you're only like chapter 300 of the light novel or something like that.
Okay.
So we got a while.
You still got a while,
I'm
but
okay with that.
even then, I feel like they're going to extend a lot of these pivotal moments that the light novel had, because It
'cause
gets
they get-
crazy. I
yeah,
love it.
And they have more of a medium to do it instead of having to just write.
Correct.
They get to show it, and they'd probably want to show more of it.
Correct. Yeah.
I drew a huge parallel, and I know Seamus is gonna hate that I bring this up,
If you say Hunter x Hunter,
but Hunter x Hunter,
yep, with the fucking
Chimera
Chimera
Anarch,
ants.
dude. Chimera Anarch, and there's ants, Jeju Island.
Ants and ants, Hunter x Hunter.
They got both
Shut
got
up.
wings. They're both extremely overpowered.
One's extremely overpowered. The other one's for
Chimera
getting
ants pretty
areas.
overpowered.
I'm not talking about the Chimera ants.
Oh.
I'm talking about the rest of the ants. They were getting bodied.
They're getting bodied by A ranks, yeah.
By A ranks, yeah, and in S
Dude,
ranks,
like one ant killed like 300 people.
yeah, normal people. That's different.
And like 200 hunters, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it?
Yeah, D rank or
200
lower.
normal and
And
then
it wasn't even two. I think it was the hunter casualty was very low.
Wasn't
The
94?
civilian,
I think.
the
84?
civilian counter was very high, but that's a civilian. I can't fight a monster, especially a
Still,
flying
they're
monster.
still powerful.
They are
That's what
powerful,
I'm
but
saying, though, yeah.
like
I was
the
gonna
regular ants though they were still getting bodied.
I was gonna say an A ranker could just go up to a normal dude and just flick him and they
They
die.
fly.
Yeah.
They literally fly through mountains.
And those, and the I mean I guess they were S rank, but they were like that one dude Tanaka who sadly died. He was really cool. Kenzo Tanaka from Japan. He was a really strong dude.
Oh, yeah.
He was taking out like fucking 40 of them that were flying.
He was having fun. He was ripping their wings off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, not to say that they are weak because S rank are insane, but like
I mean, at a
they
certain
weren't
point,
like the regular ants weren't crazy. The
Yeah.
only one that was really crazy was Beru and the Queen kind of.
The Queen
And
was
the
just
Royal
the Queen was
Guards.
just defensive
The Royal-
based. I
yeah.
feel like.
The Royal Guards were kind of strong, but also if you compare South Korean S rank to anybody else's S rank, they're
Not the highest.
They're kind
That
of
would-
kids in a
kinda
playground.
Yeah, exactly. But
Other than Fire
other
Dude.
than
Choi is pretty
and
badass.
Cha.
Yeah.
Cha's also. I feel like we haven't even seen Cha's full potential yet.
Not really. Even with the Beirut fight.
But Choi, dude, he. Imagine Choi with that orb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. He'd be.
That's all I can think of was that's what should have been happening.
Exactly.
Even if he didn't go, he should have given
Giving him the orb.
him the orb
Yeah.
and be like, borrow this.
I was gonna say he wants to keep it on
Yeah.
Tusk though.
I know, yeah,
Tusk,
of course.
do you think
but
Tusk could take on Choi?
I think Tusk could take on pretty much any of the S
Well,
rank.
because I think right now Tusk is high A rank. So if you were to double that power, probably be stepping into S rank. I think he could take on middle and S rank.
Damn.
Yeah.
So probably most of the South Korean S rankers. But just with everything, I mean, Jin Woo having all these shadows, it's just kind of ridiculous to think, what can he not do?
Well, exactly. I mean, any kind of situation he's put in, he always comes out on top. And,
And
it's
he-
not like he gets near death.
No, he has also backup plans on backup
Yeah,
plans.
he's got a.
Well, he was
contingency
getting
plan
near
for
death
everything.
for a little while.
For a little while, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like when he was in his like 50s.
No, even after that, like when he was in the demon, the first time he went to the demon
With Cerberus?
tower was no, the second time I guess technically.
Okay.
Okay,
Where,
yeah.
it showed his health and where he said like I can't make it anymore. I mean he went through
Oh,
70 levels
yeah.
I think, but he only had like out of I think he has like 15,000 hit points. He only had like 400.
Yeah, that's where he was
Which
collecting his
is-
souls, right?
Yeah,
Out of
the
10,000?
10,000.
Yeah. That's why I
He got
thought.
through the first two
The
bosses.
two bosses. Yeah, the mini bosses or whatever. Sucks that he couldn't take any of those guys.
Yeah.
But I guess demons don't really have souls.
Yeah.
Demons do not have souls. That's the biggest
That's the
problem.
big thing. But the Wyvern does.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
How do you feel about the One Punch Man reference?
Which one?
The 10, 10, 10, 100 or whatever? Or 100, 100, 100, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
The 10
That's the
kilometer.
daily quest.
Exact
Yeah.
same workout regimen.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. That was funny.
That's fantastic. I think I have to do it now.
I want to be Jin Woo,
I
so
have
I
to
gotta
be Jin
work
I
out.
can't even imagine running 10
That's
kilometers.
only like 5 miles. Yeah, 10K is 5 miles.
I got a stomach,
I
bro.
thought 10K was like 8 miles.
No, 10K is
I
like
don't know how it
5.6,
works.
5.2.
Yeah, fuck that. I haven't ran 5 miles since I was like 13, 14.
Boy,
I haven't.
you don't have to, you can lower the running. But
I couldn't do it right now.
damn, I was gonna say something. I
I'd
completely
die.
forgot.
They'd just kill me. I'd be in the penalty zone the first day.
Getting chased in the
Well, you'd
desert.
be running in the desert then.
Yeah, and I'd die. I wouldn't be able to outrun that shit.
Exhaustion, just get eaten
You
alive.
dead. Damn it, I was gonna say something. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Before you brought up Saitama. Because he's baby.
Saitama baby.
I can't think of what it was.
What do you think his unknown skill is? That's max level.
I thought that was the growth.
What the hell is AP?
Oh yeah, that was shown
it's
only
0.
after they changed the.
In the skill tree, there's 6 now.
They showed that after they switched translators.
Yes. And there's AP, and he's not mentioned it.
It could have been something unlocked at 100. I don't know if they made it.
It wasn't even.
No,
it was
it was
before
before
100.
Oh.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
but he's not mentioned it. No one's mentioned it,
mentioned it.
and there's no points into it, just 0.
It might be like points that he can spend.
Available points.
Available points.
That makes
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they just switched it up, and I was a little confused
Because I remember
too.
it
Oh
being
wow.
on
It used
top.
to say
Holy
or
shit.
like lower, I think, or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
now it's part of the skill tree. I was confused
It
too.
could just be.
I forgot about that.
I'm stupid.
It's all
Nah,
good.
hey, man, I didn't think about that either.
But I think we talked about it. I believe that's his luck skill or tenacity,
Yeah,
where he just always comes out on top no matter the circumstances.
exactly. I mean,
And that could have been his E rank skill, but at the same time, it's weird that it hasn't been revealed yet.
Yeah, I have a feeling that it's just the growth skill though that he can level up,
but he has no limit, literally.
which is why it's max.
Okay.
No, that's a good point.
Because they don't really say anything about that. I mean, I guess it's the whole player system, but I don't think that. I feel like not all the monarchs got that power.
As far as like having no limit,
Yeah, like that's something separate, and I don't think that's just a shadows thing. Because the shadow of monarch thing is heavily based on like
The
having the
necromancy,
shadow
yeah.
warriors and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Even the shadows can level up.
yeah, which is dope. They can
Yeah.
get promotions too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Idris is an elite
He's
knight.
an elite
now.
knight, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
elite knight, general knight.
Yeah, Beru's the general. There's elite. There's normal, elite knight, general is what he's found so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if he can even get any bigger than that, unless he kills the other monarchs. somehow
Monarch.
and steals them. Yeah,
Let's get a shadow monarch,
yeah.
and then I don't know. I don't think anybody can beat him right now. Like even I don't know. I don't know the tires of
I
monarchs.
think at 114, his power level right now, I don't think he'd go against national level.
No, I
You
think.
don't think he could beat a
Thomas-
national?
I think if he was to go up against Thomas Andre right now, he'd lose.
I
I don't think so.
You think
I
Thomas would lose?
I think Jin Woo would lose.
I don't
Really?
think Jinwoo
Yeah.
would lose. I think
Because-
Thomas would lose.
The problem
Yeah,
is that
context though, you fucker.
is Thomas has the 3 advancements from that one girl.
3 advancements.
The-
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
The American, yeah.
But she was literally terrified of Jinwoo and said he has no limit.
Yeah, she
Correct.
says he has no limit, so she couldn't raise it.
Yeah.
But he
But
doesn't,
he
he hasn't
doesn't
reached
have it
it.
yet.
He hasn't reached it. But I also don't know, because like, I feel like even at a national rank, the only reason they're national ranks is because
Isn't
they
Jinwoo
know-
technically national rank now though?
he would be, because
Lower
the only
rank.
thing that the national rank
You clear
has
S.
is that they clear S's.
You
That they've
clear
cleared
S.
S's, and there's only been a handful of them.
Yeah.
So the national rankers couldn't, I don't think they could have soloed an S.
Probably not.
No.
So,
I don't even think Jin Woo can solo S's right now.
I mean, he did.
Did he?
That's the
Jeju.
Jeju Island was his ass. I mean, technically he didn't solo it because he
Yeah.
didn't beat every ant, but he beat almost all the
I mean,
ants.
Barrow killed friggin' 2,000 of them by
Beru.
himself.
Well, yeah, and
Once again,
he
Beru.
killed Beru,
Yeah, so
and
he
Beru
did like
wasn't, and Beru
75%
wasn't
of that
even,
by himself.
and Beru wasn't even part of the S class quest
No.
to be, or the S class gate to begin with. It was just the queen.
That's the queen.
And Beirut's technically an ant king.
Yeah,
True classification.
yeah.
What does she mean when she said he's a king? Somewhere. The lady that
monarchs.
raises. That's what she meant when she's a monarch?
Probably.
Okay. So,
Well, she didn't know about it, but it just probably like
that's
came
what
to
it
her.
meant. Yeah.
It's a reference to it, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I doubt that anyone else knows about the
That's what I was
monarchs.
going to say. Nobody probably knows about the other monarchs.
Maybe his dad, because he's been in whatever.
For 10 years.
Yeah, the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
Shadow Realm. Banish you to the Shadow Realm.
What was it? There was a point
10
where
years.
they were in a dungeon. I don't remember which one it was, but one of the people were like, "Oh, if we can't do this, or compared to this thing, we're just third rate." And all I could think of was you're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
God damn it. But I know we mentioned this earlier about how Jin Woo's dad was just an A rank. But his dad bodies Dong, dude.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's because of the 10 years in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's a
Bodies
different
him.
man.
Like that made me so happy.
Well, because he even showed a picture of him before,
And he looked.
Yeah, he looked.
He looked like
different.
Jin Woo.
Yeah, he looked exactly like Jin Woo.
but I think he had another reawakening just because of the time spent inside the gate.
Yeah.
I don't remember where it says he was an A rank. I don't remember where it ever talks about him until he shows up.
I think when they.
I think it's just a quick nod. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was part of
an
the
A
first
rank.
raid. He was an A ranker.
Yeah.
Because I think at that point there was only like one S rank because that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
In no way expected the island gate to be that ridiculously powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't even think that Hunters Association was clearly established yet.
No, probably not. I'm trying to think of other extremely memorable things.
Iron.
Iron is the best. Not best shadow. Egress is the best shadow. He's like second best.
He's the comic relief we needed.
Yeah, he is the comedy because there's not a lot of comedy. I mean,
No.
there's moments here and there, but every time Iron's there, yes, he's kicking ass. But he's got a little hype squad that's like, yeah, go Iron.
That's why I really like the addition of the High Orcs
Yeah,
into his squad because they're hilarious.
they're fantastic.
I was gonna say,
Especially in the latest chapter when he
This
teleports
switch,
the
yeah,
shot.
dude.
And
Takes the dish.
Jin walks in and he goes, or Jin Ho walks in and he goes, all right, I think we should get to talking with these snacks. And he, what the fuck? And the dude just grabs the snacks.
Also,
oh.
the use of the word "fuck" happens
Oh, yeah, they say it
quite a few
times.
times.
quite a few times now. It wasn't in the earlier
And they
chapters.
don't censor it because they
No.
censored shit.
They did.
And they censored a lot of
They
other
say
words.
fuck a lot
They
now.
got potty mouths.
They got potty mouths,
Yeah.
man.